Goody everyone, this is Dayhawk, bringing to you my take, my review of Kamen Rider Revice episode 23. Man, another addition to the creepy weekend cult. Is it Professor Karizaki or is it Mr. Karizaki? Either way, we don't need two Georges. We don't. One is bad enough, but two? Yeah, we don't need two. Come on. But we don't know who Mr. Karizaki is. Is he another George from an alternate universe? Is it Papa Karizaki? We don't know yet. And when George discovers the rolling vistamp for himself, he's like this is inconceivable. Like I should be the only one making these things. Like, who the hell gave you this vistamp? And George, for whatever reason, wanted to bring Vice in to dissect or whatever it is. And luckily, Vice decided, go dark side for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? Screw you. I got what I wanted at last, to be in the physical world. Ikki is gone now, sort of, and I can do whatever the hell I want. So Vice and also Ikki just went inside the rolling vistamp and just floated away. I laugh because it's just, how could a certain V-stamp like the rolling V-stamp be able to fly like that? Alright, fine. But we all, later on in the episode, we all know the truth that Vice acted all evil-ish is because George was acting like, not weird, but it's like, he wanted to take Vice away, and he figured, you know what, let me just protect Ikki and myself and just go away and just act like, well, I'm a demon, so why not just be like a demon, be all evil and all that. And then you see Vice having the time of his life, instead of protecting Atmosphere Stairway, I think that's the group's name that they were protecting. So he's having a time of his life. I mean, playing in the arcade, to taking up baseball, just having a good time. And I know I'm skipping through some things, but I'm just gonna go through the their storylines from their perspective, from Ikki, and I'm doing Ikki's and Vice perspective first, and then moving to Sakura and Daiji. And of course, Kagero made a small appearance, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself just yet. Let me go through the Vice story. So, Vice is having fun, and Daiji and Sakura finds Vice and end up like talking and like, hey, what's going on? At least Ikki went inside the device and went to talk to them and discovered like who might the person be in terms of, okay, who is responsible for the demon attacks on the comedy duos so far. And of course, Vice points out it's the something dogs, the guys in the blue suits, which were obvious, but Ikki's like, no, I'm eyeing somebody else. And it was discovered that Mayu was the main suspect. She's the culprit. She has both the elephant V stamp and the shark V stamp. And reason being is because I wanted to protect the atmosphere duo. Uh, I wanted to protect them because I'm a super fan of theirs, and I want to do what I can to, to make them move up, that sort of thing. I mean, if you're a fan of somebody and you're lucky enough to work with them, you kind of want to do what you can to help them succeed, right? But what's strange is that towards the ending, where Vice defeats the two demons and Mayu goes to Phoenix prison, she, maybe I'm heading too far ahead, but I think Sakura and Mayu were having a talk before she stamped herself with those two stamps. So you wanted to protect him, right? And she's like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do because, the world is cruel, that sort of thing. And just, for me, I'm like, wait a minute, so you're trying to protect him by eliminating the competition? I never saw anything where the other duos were making fun or try to sabotage their act in the last episode. If any of you guys were to tell me otherwise, I don't remember any of the other duos were making fun or anything like that. The way I saw it till now, it's more about eliminating the competition. That's pretty much what it was. But the atmosphere stairway said, you know what, we will wait for you when you get out. We will do our best to succeed, and and that's it. Where she gotten those V stamps? I'm guessing the weekend, the creepy culty weekend. It's the moving to okay, let's move to Olteca and Aguilera. They receive word that Ikki and Vice swap bodies, and Olteca figure, oh, this is the perfect time to strike, against Live and John and anything. But here's the thing, though. Olteca assume that they're in a disadvantage now that Ikki is in ghost form, but what we saw with Vice in his new form, I mean, he's gotten more powerful, man. I don't know where you led to believe that they're in a disadvantage, but okay. So they decided to, you know what, let's attack Sakura and Daiji, and they have, Sakura received a call from Daiji saying that Olteca and Aguilera is causing havoc. And then, of course, you see the creepy weekend family entering the spa. Oh my god. And Papa-san is talking to the son like, is there anything between you and my daughter? I'm like, no, nothing special. And like, what do you mean nothing special? And that's where fake Papa-san was like, can you go and pick up our coupons? Yeah, coupons. In other words, follow Sakura. Jesus. And so Sakura goes to the location while creepy son is stalking Sakura. And also George was tailing those two as well. So earlier on, George was like, who the hell is applying the V stamps to the family? And he figured, okay, someone is making this and are in league with the the Hospital family, so I'm gonna figure out who it is. So that's where you see George trying to like follow Sakura and the creepy cult kid, and cult kid lost Sakura, but he knew that someone was tailing him, so he pulled a fast one, and George is like, "What? Where did he go?" So Sakura meets Daiji. They have this battle between the two demons, and between Angelia and Sakura. Sakura asked, like, why did you leave? Why did you leave Takumi? And Angelia said, "Oh, so I knew that he would go to you. Okay, that's good to know. And he's weak, and he's gonna be in the way. At least take care of him for me." And that's it. I think Angelia, in her own way, wanted to protect Takumi, and since he cannot transform anymore, he will get in the way, so he figured the best way to protect him is to leave him. And that's what happened. Meanwhile, Daiji gets defeated by demons. Sakura tries to defeat Olteca, but unfortunately she gets defeated as well. And guess who rescues Sakura? None other than Kagero, our favorite demon. I replaced Cain, the devil's favorite demon, to Kagero, the hot curry's favorite demon. I don't know, I'm making stuff up. And the main line, the first words he said is like, how in the hell I'm gonna continue eating this woman's spicy curry if she's dead? Ah, Kagero has a heart after all. For curry, that's all, I guess. So Kagero comes back and fights Olteca, and it was a draw, and Daiji was shocked, like, wait a minute, Kagero saved you? He saved us? Like, for reals? Yeah, Daiji, he did. All for the curry. All for the curry. So I'm guessing Kagero will go to one side if you pay him, like, spicy curry. Yeah. Yep. So Daiji and Sakura meet up with Vice, and that's where we're already there. And then after the battle, Sakura confronts the Weekend, like, so it was you idiots that gave the vistamp to my brother. And it was pretty obvious, especially when George reacted all like, what the hell is this? And so, okay, it's time for the truth. And then it was revealed that the leader of the Weekend is Mr. Karizaki. So we don't know who he is really. Is he another George from a different world? Is he the father of George? We don't know yet. And I assume Mr. Karizaki will be the one to help revive Hiromi. I know the Weekend has him. Don't worry, guys, like I keep saying, he will return in some way, either as a cyborg or fully recovered. So he will return. What else? I mean, I think that's it. I mean, I can't. As of right now, we discovered who was the main culprit, which was Mayu. Sakura discovered that it was the Weekend who brought the rolling stamp to her brother. Vice, he acted all evil just to save himself and Ikki from the clutches of crazy George. George is wondering who the hell is supplying the family with vistamps he hasn't even created, and he ends up stalking, like being like a spy. Let's see. Kagero saves Sakura for the sake of curry. For the sake of curry. Takumi discovers that Angelia, in her own way, does care for him. Part of me wants Takumi now to become a writer of sort. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I feel like it's the only way for him to be with Angelia, because again, the reason why Angelica ditched him is because he's human now and he's vulnerable, and he can't help in rescuing Gifu, so he had to go for the sake of protecting him. Ikki's still in spirit form, but you know, his friendship with Vice has gotten stronger, and I like how all three of them were putting Ikki on the spot for meddling, and like, yes, thank you. You shouldn't be the one who talks about meddling. I think that's one of the main reasons why I don't like Ikki all that much. I tolerate him. He's better than Toma, in my opinion. But still, I'm like, you rub me the wrong way, Ikki. You really do. Again, I think I got everything. I think I do. But in case I don't, please put a comment, write on the comments below on the things that I missed. What you guys think about Mr. Karizaki? Do you think he's another George or his father? I mean, what's your opinions, your hypothesis on that? What do you think about Kagero's appearance? And George's, imagine if there's two Georges. He's competing with himself, and like Kaiba said, like, I think Duke Devlin mentioned this. Like, no, wait, before that, Kaiba likes to make copies of himself and challenge himself through duels, and Devlin was like, "Why do yourself?" And then Kaiba said, "Who better?" So I wonder if it's like that. Oh man. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Did I miss anything? Do you like the episode? Do you dislike the episode? Yeah, tell me. Also, oh yeah, I forgot what about do I like the episode or do not? The episode's okay. The episode was funny because Vice is enjoying life, and the main core of this episode is trying to protect others besides yourself, because that's the theme. Because Mayu, Vice, and Angelia did things in order to protect somebody else. Sure that Mayu did it the wrong way. Angelia, I wish she would have done a bit nicer, I guess. But she did it out of love, in my opinion. And as well as Ikki, where Vice felt like, I can't be captured by George because, I don't know, at this point he is upset, and he tried to arrest Vice and experiment on him on what happened and all that. It's just like, no, because Vice is using Ikki's body. He's using Ikki's body. So there's no way in hell George is gonna do anything to Ikki's body. So that's why he went quote unquote rogue, and that's why he left. So they're gonna stay that way until the next episode, and we'll find out how they're gonna swap bodies. We'll see. But it was a funny episode. It was an okay episode, but it had a good moral to the story and a good reason, and reminds me of Wizard's second rule. The worst harms comes from the best of intentions, and it's so true. It is so true. Think about that. Alright guys, thank you for sticking around with your favorite Danger Prince. This is Dayhawk. Give a like if you like it. Give a dislike if you don't. I don't care. But most importantly, please subscribe. Please. It helps with the algorithm and all that jazz. Alright then guys, I have to get out of here before I start rambling. I will see you all on the other side of oblivion. Johnny!